I bit my leg off to free myself. Uh, every bite brought pain, and howling, I vomited blood.
Biting off your own limbs hurts. Who would have thunk?
You don't understand. This was more. My mouth burned like swallowing fire. As if all inside me was torn. Felt I would die. But I did it. And then I shredded them, dashed them to bits, made tiny crumbs of those plowing heroes.
They show you the candidates whose resumes on Indeed fit your description immediately after.
Your story have a point. We're just doing some chest pounding.
Join more than 3 million businesses.
The moral is
Start hiring now.
you can't kill me. You can't stop me. I'll not be bound. Break any fetters. Curse. Free me, or I'll return to get you again.
Damn, you're ugly. Willing to talk now?
Only now can I. Slash is the curse. Makes me bite, scratch, mangle, till I drop. You've got time before the blood's gone from me, and I return. Listen, carefully. Undo the curse. Free me. Finally, I will robot you.
Who recognize what a lethal weapon this is again a shoot. There's so many fucking shoots in this promo, it's not even funny.
So, no joy in being a werewolf?
Nay, it's the worst. Not the garden to which I'm bound, even, but the hunger. Anything I devour turns to ash. Ash, I cannot eat, I cannot drink, yet I bloody live and roam and prowl.
So Bailey did plug your little
The hunger is terrible. Terrible. I bite my own flesh, but the smallest morsel burns my throat like boiling tar.
Everlasting hunger. Classic as curses go. Goes to explain why all those corpses went untouched.
Help, or I'll return to shred you, rip you limb from limb.
Gotta cut the woman some slack. I am okay with her making one mistake. It doesn't happen all that often. Bliss marched out there.
See what I can do.
See and do, or I shall return.
Sky are in the tournament, as are Alexa Bliss and Asuka, which I'll show you guys in a second. So they're not winning the tournament because if they win tonight, they'll have to face them. Belair said she's hungry to get back into the ring, and the three of them would be happy to face the three of them right now. Bailey said she knew
See if
it
we
all
can do
worked
this
out,
the easy
but
way.
they're calling the shots.
Morkvarg, of my
Bailey
own free
suggested
will,
they
I
were
offer you
each
this
other
fare.
somewhere other
Now
than
dig in.
Cleveland.
Don't
How
turn
about that?
to ash.
Belair, Blake, and Asuka then all got
Won't know
together
until
and
you try.
whispered to each
Come
other.
on, a spoonful for
Belair then
Daddy.
said, "Challenge accepted." Belair said, while Bailey wants to
Fuck.
take control, tonight she feels
This shite again.
so, Bianca Belair initiated a big brawl. All six brawled around ringside. The brawl spilled out into the WWE fans. Graves called for somebody to legitimately get control of this thing. And the last thing that we saw was Alexa Bliss jumping off the barricade on top
Mentioned a
of
reward
everybody
of some
in this
kind.
pile of bodies
Looted,
brawling on the outside.
raided,
And
drunk
that's
most
pretty much
away.
it.
All but one. True treasure. Hid away. Yours. Just help me.
Wanting to put an end to them for whatever they're causing in the winter.
Tiresome conversation. Not interested.
I love the
What will you do?
I think this is great.
What a witcher ought
This is a
to.
great move because beyond the next 3 weeks, instead of rushing to find an opponent for her that really isn't deserving of a Raw Women's Championship match, WWE, Triple H, and the creative team are putting together a big six-woman tag team match to take place at Clash of the Castle instead of doing a one-off feud for the title against Bianca Belair. That, to me, is okay. Bianca Belair doesn't need to defend the title on every pay-per-view. It would be awesome. And this is a great move to get Bailey, Io, and Dakota a big win to really stake claim in this battle first and draw the battle lines first against Bianca, against Asuka, and against Alexa. It gives Bailey and her team a victory at Clash, not necessarily having to pin Bianca Belair. Now, obviously, Bianca and Bailey is the feud and is the match that we're all looking forward to. I wouldn't mind another Bianca and Io. I wouldn't mind Bianca and Dakota either. But that's the one match that you are building towards. So you're gonna get it, but it's gonna be a little bit. Don't know when that's gonna be. But the six-woman tag team match is absolutely perfect, and that is what they're going with at Clash of the Castle. It's great all around. Now, I could be a daydreamer, I could be a fantasy booker. I don't know what Triple H has in store for all these women. I don't know if anybody else is going to be added to the Bailey stable. I don't know if anybody else is going to join Bianca's team.
Door won't budge. Craven must have blocked it, or it's just locked. Gotta go round.
You know, the fact that this is taking place right now, obviously this is all leading towards a big showdown at Survivor Series for brand supremacy. Or, if he doesn't want to do that and fix the tired and formulaic and antiquated concept of the Survivor Series and do a traditional 4-on-4 Survivor Series match that has meaning and some heat behind it. Again, I want a fantasy book. I don't know what Triple H is planning, but it definitely feels, with all of this tumultuous fucking, intensity about to just break through here, and probably added more on top of that at Clash of the Castle with this six-woman tag team match. It really does feel like Triple H could possibly be setting up for a women's War Games match at Survivor Series. Listen, I hope that's the case. The women's War Games matches that he did in NXT were really good. They were really good. I remember Io Shirai jumping off a fucking War Games stage where she just put a trash pail over her and fucking did a moonsault up the top of the game. If that is what he's building towards, I would absolutely fucking love that. And the way he's building this
Morkvarg broke through this door. Must have smelled something beyond it.
It could absolutely lead to a women's War Games match at Survivor Series. How many times have people wanted change for the Survivor Series? We've seen change now in every little aspect of the main roster. Survivor Series desperately needs to change. Absolutely needs to change. I don't know if anybody's going to care about the antiquated 4-on-4 match. Not if they don't have any meaning.
Morkvarg broke through this door. Must have smelled something beyond it.
They win the Survivor Series. Bragging rights. That's a Vince McMahon thing. Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, we're fighting for bragging rights. We're fighting for momentum. No. No. You want to stake claim as being the best in the division? Put those women in a war games. I don't even give a shit what else happens at the Survivor Series. Survivor Series would be sold on a war game. At that point, if you want to make war games a staple of the Survivor Series, it could be a yearly thing. Who goes into the war games? Who's going to survive war games? There you go. You don't need to do anything else. You don't need to do Raw versus SmackDown in Survivor Series. You could just book Raw versus Raw, take care of Raw, have Raw do its own thing, put it on Survivor Series, build whatever stories you want to do on SmackDown, put them on the Survivor Series. War games would sell Survivor Series. And I don't know why I'm drifting off into talking about Survivor Series, but I'm thinking ahead. I'm thinking long term. That's all you would need. WWE, Vince, Bruce, they didn't want to do it because it wasn't their concept. But now that Triple H is in charge, why does NXT 2.0 need fucking war games? We don't need war games for NXT 2.0. Who the fuck is gonna watch it? It's a waste of a match. It's a waste of a concept. So why don't we bring it to the main roster? It could potentially, man, I don't know who else is talking about this, but we could potentially, you heard it here first, we could potentially see war games right now in WWE under Triple H at Survivor Series. But I think the 6-woman tag team match at the pay-per-view at Clash of the Castle is the right way to go. Get Bianca Belair the night off for defending the championship, and it's a great way to solidify Bayley's new group by getting the team led by Bianca Belair without Bianca Belair necessarily eating a pinfall. Now the women's tag team title tournament. I do have everything queued up here. I got the bracket, and this is the bracket for the women's tag team title tournament. Again, I'm going to sit here and tell you that I don't really understand why the women's tag team titles are needed. I'm looking at these teams, and there's not one legit team here outside of Io and Dakota. And that's even stretching it because they're part of the faction. And Nikki Ash and Doudrop, who have been a team, but haven't really done much of that. So this is the women's tag team title tournament. We got Tamina and Dana Brooke, who lost tonight against Io and Dakota, which was a very, very rough match. So we got Io and Dakota in the second round. Alexa Bliss and Asuka more than likely will move past Nikki Ash and Doudrop. So that would be the second match. The final that is not happening because one of those two teams, either Io, Dakota, Alexa, Asuka, are going to the finals. And the finals are not happening at Clash of the Castle because those teams are going to be on opposite teams at Clash of the Castle versus Texas. So I don't know when this finals is going to take place. It may happen on a Raw or a SmackDown. So one of those two teams, I'm assuming Io and Dakota, will go to the finals. Then on the other side, this is all SmackDown. So we got one side Raw and one side SmackDown. If you guys are noticing. Raquel Rodriguez. Rodriguez Gonzalez. And Aaliyah. Oh joy. Against Xia Li and Shotzi. I think Raquel and Aaliyah are winning that. I can't see Triple H leaving out Raquel Rodriguez or eliminating her in the first round. Then we got Zoe Stark, who's still on NXT and getting a men's championship match with Mandy Rose at NXT 2.0 Tuesday. And her partner, which will make everybody happy, is Nia Lyons. Man, I don't really get this. I don't really see it. That's why everybody is so hot on Nikki Lyons. I don't know, man. Maybe she may be the women's division. Yeah, listen, I can't figure it out. At least not right in there, Rock. I'll tell you that right now. She's still green as grass. Some may argue that and may not care, which I would be completely understand. But she's green as grass. It's gonna get her some main roster exposure, and the fact that Nikita Lyons goes to show you how high they are on her being an asset to the company. So I'm enjoying that outlook for Nikita Lyons. And then we got Natalia and Sonya Deville. They are not getting past Nikita Lyons and Zoe Stark. So I'm looking at Raquel and Aaliyah against Nikita Lyons and Zoe Stark. I could honestly see this going to Nikita, Zoe, and Io Dakota in the final. That is my prediction. Now, a lot of people are like, well, I can see Nikita Lyons and Zoe Stark being taken out of this. I can see Sasha Bailey and Sasha Banks and Naomi. Sasha Banks and Naomi.
Roots. One right under the end. Hey, can you hear me?
Geralt! Scared me.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
I hope not. Let me know once you find Craven.
Near this tournament. You want to know why? I would have Sasha Banks and Naomi show up at the end of the finals. I'm giving the titles to Io and Dakota.
Craven's
And
blood.
at the end of the match, they win the tag team titles, and out comes Sasha Banks and Naomi. They are back holding the women's tag team championships that they left on John Laurinaitis' desk. By the way, was officially fired today. Good riddance. Usually
One
when
of
I
Freya's
say,
priestesses.
"Get the fuck out,"
No
that
signs of
guy
violence.
gets the fuck out.
Must have had a long time for death to go.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Now you got the wrath of the Bella's fucking mother to deal with.
Morkvark doesn't give up easily.
I'm having Sasha and Naomi come out with the
Morkvark doesn't give up easily.
And we get a unification match of the previous champions and the new champions. That's the way I would do it. It's the simplest way to do it. Heard a lot of people talking about this week. How would you devise, construct Sasha Banks and Naomi coming back to the WWE? Easy. Right there. That's how you do it. I wouldn't do it any other way. I wouldn't convolute anything. I wouldn't make anything easy. That's the way I would do it with Sasha Banks and Naomi. But obviously, Io and Dakota are going to win this thing, and I'm going to have the underdog team. I'm going to have the NXT team, because it doesn't benefit anybody else. It doesn't benefit Xia Li and Shotzi. It doesn't benefit Aaliyah and Raquel. Rodriguez, Gonzalez. To go into the semifinal of the final. And it doesn't benefit Natalia. Nobody wants to see those two in there. Give me a break. I'm going with Nikita and Zoe Stark. WWE, Shawn Michaels, Triple H are incredibly high on against Dakota Kai and Io Sky. With Io Sky and Dakota Kai being the new tag team champions. But look at the field of eight. Look at the field of eight. There's not one single team in there outside of Bayley's girls and the team of Doudrop and Nikki Edge, who are actual tag teams. They're all women just pieced together, thrown together, and stitched up with fucking Scotch tape. So they are. There's not one real team in this entire tournament, which begs the question: why are we rushing the tag team championship? They're only rushing the tag team championship back on TV because Sasha Banks and Naomi have agreed to come back, and this is how they're going to reintroduce Sasha Banks and Naomi to the company. Now they can reintroduce Sasha Banks and Naomi to the company in any which way that they want, but to me, everything that they did into a fucking work, taking the shoot and turning it into a work, that's how you're gonna do it. That's the best way to operate. So this tournament is only a thing because of Sasha Banks and Naomi coming back to the WWE. This tournament should serve as a reason for you to believe that they are back in the WWE. We just don't know when and where they're gonna show up. But the women's tag team finals, I'm gonna sit here and tell you what I said for years. Since they were born, they're a waste of time. They're not worth the weight of the leather that they're fucking gold now. It's a waste. I don't know why we need women's tag team finals in any club. In any club. You should have dedicated women's tag teams, and you should have one women's title. And one person that is gonna right the ship here and at least fucking die trying, it's gonna be Triple H. Triple H has said from the Triple H will not be back on television. He's not out to let that franchise back. Yeah. Moving on. Moving on. We got Seth Rollins and Angelo Dawkins. Last week, Seth Rollins, he defeated Montez Ford. This week, Montez Ford was out there, but got kicked out of the ringside area. This went about 8 minutes. It didn't go as long as Rollins and Montez Ford last week, but this was a nice little showcase for Angelo Dawkins. So, Dawkins, I don't know if you guys watched tonight, he wrestled without a shirt on. Usually Dawkins is in a basketball jersey, but tonight he wrestled without a shirt on. If this was Vince McMahon, he would never, ever, ever allow Angelo Dawkins to wrestle without a jersey. Times have really changed in WWE. Not that Angelo Dawkins looks bad, but Angelo Dawkins does not look like the type of guy that Vince McMahon would put on his television show without a jersey. Just being blunt and being honest. I thought Angelo Dawkins had a very, very good show. Rollins is always great. He wasn't better than Montez. Sad to say.
Craven's blood.
Very well for himself. So, Rollins fell to the outside. Ford was mocking him on the outside. This distraction allowed Dawkins to tackle Rollins over the announce table. Rollins took control after
Craven's
driving
blood.
Dawkins face into the middle rope. Rollins kicked at Ford, which got Ford angry on the outside. He grabbed the chair underneath the ring. He jumped into the ring. He wanted to DQ the match right there and ruin this match for Angelo Dawkins. Something to keep an eye out. So the referee had to hold back Montez Ford and eventually ejected him from the match. The announcers talked about Montez and was never getting the best of him. And Rollins just sitting there laughing and allowing the referee to kick him out, which was Montez's own doing. So Dawkins knocked Rollins out to the outside and followed with a big dive over the top rope. Followed with a suplex, the spinning corner splash that he usually does. He went for his silencer. He got a 2 count off the silencer. Dawkins twice avoided a curb stomp before hitting a sit-out spine buster for a very close near fall. Rollins ducked a charge, and Dawkins went shoulder
Craven's
first.
blood.
Pistol steps on the outside. Dawkins avoided a stomp one more time, but Rollins yanked him down by the shoulder before hitting a pedigree in the middle of the ring for the 1, 2, 3. Crowd popped for the pedigree, and then after the match, we got a curb stomp
Craven's
from
blood.
Rollins on Dawkins. He did it anyway to Angelo Dawkins at the end of the match, which brought out Montez Ford again. And Montez was in there as Rollins backed away, walking up the ramp, laughing, and kind of relishing in his work.
Damn. Dead.
Now, this is
Has
something
been for a
we definitely
while.
keep an eye on.
Yen, found him.
Last week it was Montez
And?
doing the rock, paper, scissors,
And I've seen rot things in better condition than this.
Shit. Fine, scrape together what you can and haul the bits up here.
Rollins last week. So Montez grabbed the referee.
Boy.
Now, you can look at this in one of 2 ways. I said this last week, and I'm going to say
Yen, there's no point.
There's no point in discussing this through a grate. We'll talk when you get here, all right?
That's what all of this anger and
Charming as
temper
ever.
is leading to. I don't think that's
Come
the right
on,
thing to do.
someone wants to meet you.
I think Montez Ford is a stereotypical, huge baby face waiting to break out on the main roster. There's no reason why anybody would turn Montez Ford into a fucking heel. I think that would be
Putrefaction
bad.
set in.
He'd
But the
probably
vocal cords
end
are
up
intact.
killing it.
We might still get something out of him.
His attitude just screams
Doesn't look like the talkative type.
and beyond
Anyone
being
can
a
be made to
babyface,
talk,
everybody knows that
even a
they're married.
corpse.
So why would
One
you
must
put
simply know
Montez
how.
heel
Thought
beyond
necromancy was strictly forbidden.
So is premarital sex. But I'm not about to be bothered by such foolishness.
Angelo Dawkins, he's gonna
Need any ingredients for the spell?
The blood of a newborn, a virgin's tongue, and the eye of a newt.
Mind trying again without the sarcasm?
I don't need a thing. I'm a sorceress, not a village herbalist. All I need is energy, a great deal of energy. We're very lucky this place is saturated with magic.
It's also considered sacred. Priestesses will be furious if you use the garden's power to revive a corpse.
All the more reason to get it over with before they realize what's happening.
Let's get to work.
Maybe this is something down the line where we see them break up somewhere down the line. Way down the line. And right now it's just a little rough.
Selene, Dufresne! Selene, Davidar!
Maybe Triple H in the meantime is giving them something to do well. Create a tag team division and give us a solid tag team division, which I'll talk about in a little bit. I'll talk about that tonight. But I see Angelo Dawkins at the end of all this turning on Montez. I don't see Montez going in. So Montez going babyface.
Are you Craven of Lofferton?
And he's got one hell of a fucking drive.
No, I
We're looking for Ciri. Ashen hair, green eyes. Have you seen her?
I don't care about that. What happened to her? What was she doing here? Speak! Speak! Speak!
Ray pushed him away and said, "Listen, I know you can't said, yeah, well, you know, I'm 25 and I'm your son. I can't believe you're taking his side over me." Ray told Ed, "Listen, don't take it personally." Ray was during the first time Dominic actually
Help me. Help us both.
could at the end of the day be the newest member of Judgment. How well that's going to be
Ciri.
dominant and what's going to happen
Zirel.
in Judgment Day that
Can you hear me?
with his own father,
I can.
But
I must
the
leave you now.
interaction there between
We
Edge
will
and
meet
Dominic,
beneath drowned dead
I
rock.
enjoyed
Can you
it.
remember?
I did. I thought this was great.
Repeat
Kevin
it.
Patrick interviewed the
Drowned
Miz and Tommaso
dead
Ciampa
rock.
backstage. Patrick asked Ciampa about his championship opportunity tonight. So we are still using these Vince McMahon terms. Championship opportunity tonight. I hope sooner rather than later those terms, those Vince McMahon-isms,
You're awake.
go away.
And I thought you'd...
How about just championship
Where
match
am I?
or United
Who are
States
you?
title match?
It's all right.
Something
You're on
that makes
Hindersfjall,
everybody sound
village
a
of
little bit more
Lofferton.
human.
They call
How
me
about that
Skjal.
championship opportunity?
But how'd I... What?
So Miz cut off Ciampa.
We fished you out of the sea. Me and that
Miz
friend of
said his
yours.
performance was phenomenal. Ciampa didn't seem overly irritated by Miz interrupting him here
Help me
tonight.
stand.